mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Well, hi there.
Hello and welcome to Would You Die, the show where you are one ugly motherfucker. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
And I don't think any of you are ugly motherfuckers. I love you all for listening to our show.
Absolutely, for sure.
Anneliese, welcome back to Summerween.
Thanks for having me back. How's your Summerween going?
It's going good. We're returning from last week.
Yes, we are.
Because this is Return to Summerween this month.
It is. And today we are returning with the original 1987 Predator.
Let's go! I love this movie so fucking much.
That's
you don't
fair.
even know. You kind of do know.
Do know. I have heard you talk about it very many times. So this movie is about a character named Dutch, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and his elite paramilitary rescue team, who are tasked with rescuing a local cabinet minister who was shot down in a Central American jungle. He comes in with he teams up with his Vietnam War ally Al Dillon, who's played by Carl Weathers,
The GOAT.
who now is a CIA agent, and they oversee the mission together.
A lot more happened.
Nope, that's it.
It's
just a simple, if you watched the first, hour of this movie, you'd be like, yeah, that's what it is.
Until it's not.
Until it's not.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's talk about Predator.
So what is your personal connection with Predator? Because obviously this is one of your favorite, movies.
Ever. Yes.
When did you start being a Predator fan?
I first watched Predator, I want to say I was middle school age. It was around the first time I saw Alien. So, despite the fact that these two films are intrinsically linked together thanks to a little movie called Alien vs. Predator, they will forever intrinsically be linked together for me personally, because I watched them for the first time around the same time. Except, it's funny, we're going to talk a lot about this, but Alien for me is just a very feminine film, and it's because my mom showed it to me, in addition to all the feminine imagery and Sigourney Weaver and whatnot.
Yes.
Predator is an extremely masculine film because my grandpa showed me Predator for the first time. And then also, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers and Jesse Ventura and just big, sweaty biceps.
I have a lot of thoughts about the masculinity in this franchise, and I'm really excited to talk about them, but we'll get to that.
Yes, but Alien is, for me, just a very feminine franchise. Predator, a very masculine one. And to me, it's like yin and yang of sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And then The Thing is everyone's non-binary buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So you heard it here first. Alien is feminine, Predator is masculine, and The Thing is non-binary.
Love that for us.
But The Thing's actually very masculine. Not the creature, but the film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, Predator. My grandpa shows me Predator for the first time, and it just becomes... I fall in love with it instantly. And I remember being scared, but thrilled at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And just whenever it came on TV, my grandpa would call me downstairs if I was over and be like, "Hey, Predator's on. I know what I'm doing for the next 2 hours." And then I eventually went to college, and he'd still let me know when Predator was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one time where it's he called me while I was in the middle of class, and I don't know, it's one of those things oh my God, I gotta answer this. So I walk out of class, I answer the phone. It's "Hey, Grandpa, what's up?" hey, Predator's on. I'm like, cool. I gotta go back to class. And it's just funny because, like, we own the movie on Blu-ray. Spoiler alert for superlative. But, no, it just brings me really happy memories thinking of Predator. And, yeah, it was just, so Predator specifically, and then the Indiana Jones movies and the James Bond movies. Those were movies I watched with my grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
That we really bonded with, which in the case of the Indiana Jones films was really funny because my mom owned those movies, but my grandpa was the one who showed me them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I reached a certain age, he's like, okay, and I had watched. My mom showed me Alien first, so my grandpa was like, okay, I'm showing you Predator, and that just became one of our favorite movies, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite movies, and just the whole franchise, it just means a lot to me. It's, I'd say, like, all movies, not just horror, but, like, it's like a top 5 franchise for me, behind Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Godzilla. It might be 4.
Okay.
It might be, like, my 4th favorite franchise.
Okay.
Because I would place it ahead of other franchises.
You're a big franchise guy, though, so that's really hard. You know what I mean? Like, you have a lot of
Right.
franchises that are very close to your heart.
Yeah. And, like, I'm looking at posters of, like, 3 that are contenders in this room, and I'm like, I think I put Predator ahead of them, and that might be my hot take.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
My last thing before I ask you guys your personal connections. Like, I'm looking at an Alien. Alien is my favorite scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Predator franchise more than the Alien. And the Alien franchise is better.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say that up front. On a whole, the Alien movies are better than the Predator movies. I just have so much fun with the Predator movies. And, like, I'm thinking of, like, Scream. I'm thinking of Evil Dead. I'm thinking of Back to the Future. There's so... Marvel. I love, like...
Star Wars.
Yeah, I did say Star Wars.
I was just thinking about the other day. We were with Austin the other day at an Airbnb, and I woke up to hearing Austin just in the living room going, I like Star Wars. And I wasn't 100% sure he was talking to a person. He might have just been saying it
That's
out loud.
just his morning affirmations. Every day he wakes up and he goes, I like Star Wars.
I have to remind myself.
Yeah, and that's how he, like, gets himself ready for who he's going to be.
Wearing a Star Wars You're wearing 2 of your franchises right now.
I am. That's true. I'm wearing a Predator shirt, and I'm wearing a Star Wars socks and a Star Wars hat.
You are.
And they're both Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Boba
They
Fett.
match well. I like him. I like the socks. I didn't even notice the socks. The hat's
Thank you.
dope.
I love this hat. And I like to pair Predator and Boba Fett merch together. Like, if I'm wearing a Predator shirt, I'm usually wearing this Boba Fett hat.
I get it.
Thank you. What is your personal connection with Predator?
I saw Predator Badlands in theaters with you,
Mm-hmm.
having not seen any of the rest of the franchise. And then I saw this movie today. And I have so many thoughts. I know I already said that, but I have so many thoughts. And, like, specifically, I'm really angry about the reception to Predator Badlands because I think people lack a lot of media literacy. But we'll talk about it. Jeremy, what's your personal connection?
Same story.
Yep.
No, I...
If you want to get mad about media literacy, wait till we talk about Prey one day.
Okay.
Same thing. We both went and saw Badlands with you, and I remember I was telling you, well, we haven't seen the other movies, and you saying, I don't think it's gonna matter. And you were right. But I will say, unfortunately, I do think seeing Badlands first gave me an unrealistic expectation or understanding of what this film was going to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
because
I love Badlands. It's like
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorite movies of last year.
I love Badlands too, but I also watched all the Predator movies. Right. I played the games and, like, read the comics. So I'm in it.
Right.
So I kind of knew what to expect when Predator Badlands came out. Maybe I should have given you a heads up, like, hey, remember Predator Badlands? Don't. Just
They're
get.
the same movie.
They are definitely not.
Yeah.
But I think Predator is a great franchise, and well, let's dive into it.
Yeah. So, historical context for this movie. There's not like a ton that I have to say about this, just that like we have a crazy cast for this movie. Like, obviously you have Arnold Schwarzenegger, you have Carl Weathers. Their whole like group is very much like men's men.
Jesse Ventura,
Yep.
who I believe was like a WWE wrestler first,
Yeah, I think so.
and then he was like governor of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold was governor of California.
Look at this. Several governors on this fucking list, huh?
From Predator.
From Predator.
I'm pretty sure they were all Republicans.
Yeah, but Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't have been a Republican if he was running now.
No, but I'm just saying, there's a certain party that likes to elect celebrities.
That's true.
That's my little quip on that.
Your hot fucking take.
Yep. It's just a like literally a fact.
Yep, fair.
But Sonny Landham plays Billy. And then there's Shane Black, who's best known for being a writer-director.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of all I really have in terms of, like, historical context for the movie.
I got a bunch.
Okay. Then fill in instead of letting me sit here with dead air, man.
So Predator comes out in an era where action is dominated by muscle-bound one-man armies.
Yeah.
Predator comes out in the era of Rambo and Commando and just balls to the wall, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone action. Like, you think of 80s action, you think of bullets, you think of fire, you think of big men with bigger muscles and even bigger guns.
Yeah.
And another big trend of the 80s was the slasher film. Specifically like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween.
Right.
In 87, you would have been heavily into the sequels of it. So Jason's a big burly man in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Michael's a big burly man in a mask. Just these big masked men, especially when we're talking about Jason in the woods, slaughtering teens. And what makes Predator really cool is someone somewhere had the idea, what if we put the action movie and the horror movie, would just combine these two genres?
Yeah.
Because Predator, it's one of these very, you don't see a lot of these, but it's an action horror movie. And there's not too many action horror movies. But like the Purge franchise, action horror. Train to Busan, I think, and a lot of zombie movies, they can fall into action horror. Predator is one of the first to really take tropes from the action movie and combine them with tropes of the horror. And yes, Predator is a science fiction film on the account of Alien. But honestly, I don't think Predator's really dealing with the sci-fi aspects. I think it just kind of has some sci-fi imagery to enhance the horror and the action.
Mm-hmm.
It's really an action horror film wearing a sci-fi coat.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alien, that's sci-fi horror because it's dealing with sci-fi, like
Yeah.
the themes and stuff. The theme of Predator is fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's not true. It is and it isn't true. I think there's a lot happening underneath the surface in Predator that it don't get a lot of credit for, but on the surface level, it just works as fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool shit, muscles. But I do think Predator is actually like doing a lot to deconstruct the 80s mega action films of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Commando, which that movie rules, if you didn't like the first 30 minutes of this movie, you would hate Commando.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all it is. Or like some of the Rambo sequels, you know?
Yeah.
With Predator, you kind of get that generic army action, like G.I. Joe male fantasy play, where Arnold and his buddies take out a communist just base, and stuntmen are flying left and right, and there's fire stunts, and it's awesome. And Arnold is going like making clips like knock knock and stick around, which I love that scene. He just throws a machete through a dude. Just sticking him to a door. Stick around. It's so good. I fucking love it. But it takes these guys, and they're saying shit like, I ain't got time to bleed. It's just the manliest men who ever mend.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Predator shows up like 40 minutes in, and he doesn't really show up. He's invisible.
Yep.
And these guys are scared shitless as they're picked off one by one, because now we're a slasher film. Now it's a mass killer in the woods or jungle.
Yeah.
In nature, mass killer taking out frightened people one by one.
And I'm going to get into it now because
Yes.
this is a perfect segue. They are not only picked off one by one, they are picked off one by one in a way that is unique to their masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go through it. We start with Hawkins. We've got this tech savvy like stereotype. He has an over reliance on humor. He's got a lot of insecurities and vulnerabilities.
He's always talking like really sexualized jokes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And he, despite the fact that he's probably the most intelligent of the group, he is gone first.
Mm-hmm.
And this makes sense in the lore of the movie. If we're talking about this hyper masculinity, you're like, of course the wimpy guy is going to go first.
Right.
But like when you really think about it, generally these movies subvert that expectation, right? Usually it's the smart one who makes it to the end. It's the like savvy one who makes it to the end. Not in this case. The Predator's smarter than you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Blaine. He's
the big gun.
He's got the big gun, overcompensation. That's pretty obvious.
I ain't got time to... I do love when he's just like, and I'm a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Like,
Yes.
who says that?
But he doesn't have time to bleed. He then ends up
having
with...
time to...
No, he ends up with all of his wounds cauterized.
That's
he doesn't
right.
bleed.
He doesn't bleed. That's right.
I
do think of that moment where like the blood shoots through his
That's
chest.
fair,
But that's
yeah.
really quick.
Yeah. But like even
It's
him
caught her,
relying
yeah.
on this physical dominance, having his weapon, it fails to protect him. Not, whatever. Mac is very loyal. He's got the protective male role going on. He seeks vengeance for Blaine's death. He has this obsession with it, and he puts himself at risk for this.
Yes.
And this is again very typical masculinity, and that can be self-destructive. He dies because he's putting himself in harm's way. We've got Dylan. He is kind of our second male lead. He is very, he has this masculinity that he's kind of got this competitive friendship with Dutch, which we see at the beginning with a meme that I didn't know was from this movie, which
It's
is
one of the most like famous memes.
Yeah, which is like the two built arms like holding onto each other, which then turns into this arm wrestle.
Just mid-air
situation.
arm wrestling. Dylan, you son of a bitch. This is a quotable movie. Or maybe I've seen it too much. But it's a quotable movie.
Yes. He makes it as far as he does because he starts to learn the value of teamwork, but it's too late.
Right.
He has already been too self-reliant, which again is a masculine pitfall, right?
And to your point, when he dies, he gets his arm cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets...
the powerful weapon that his symbol of masculinity. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's still firing. It's so cool in slow motion, and Carl Weathers is doing this great horror movie yell.
Yeah. Billy, who I really like Billy. I think he's a very cool, like,
I love Billy.
I think it's a little bit, like, probably stereotypical and dated, but, like, the Native American tracker role to me is so cool because
Right.
I really enjoy that, like, it kind of highlights a tradition in Native American culture that is something that, like, we as, like, white people who hunt don't do, really. Like, there's, like, tracking is kind of a lost art. But he has this, like, very self-sacrificial role. Again, he is fatalistic. He goes after him knowing he's gonna die. He's got this very unhealthy fixation on martyrdom. And that is, again, another masculine pitfall. We have a lot of men who want to be martyrs and want to be, like, think about your stereotypical, like, I'm gonna grow up, like, your kids who are like, I'm gonna grow up and join the army, or, like, I'm gonna stop the school shooter if he comes in. Like, that is that man, like, as a child. You know what I mean?
Can we stay on the scene for a second?
Yeah,
and talk
absolutely.
about this death scene specifically?
Please.
Because it's kind of darkly funny, too.
Yeah.
Because the way this scene is set up, it's super dramatic.
Yeah, the, like, pulling the machete off, the slicing
Cutting his
the
own
chest.
chest with it. Alan Silvestri.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about him.
We
but
will talk about Alan.
This is one of my favorite, like, music cues in any movie. Is this scene right here. It's so dramatic. And it's kind of based on the classic Desiree, which is the theme of death in pop culture.
Yes.
And it's just a motif based on that, kind of represents the predator. It just builds and builds and builds. It's super dramatic. He's standing on this log. So Arnold and the rest of the survivors, which at this point is a wounded man and a woman, they're trying to get away. Billy's making one last stand. He does this amazing, just cutting his chest. He has this face of, I'm going to do what I can to buy some time. It's built up for like a solid 2 minutes just for Billy to be killed off screen with a scream.
Yep.
And then we see like the Predator do his trademark spine ripping later, which is that's fucking cool. But yeah, this amazing moment, and we don't even get to see it. It's so awesome. And in a subversion, this movie is extremely subversive for the genres it's a part of. Because you think Billy's going to get this epic death, and he goes out off screen. It's crazy. Like, Mac gets his head exploded. Carl Weathers, Dylan, has this he gets an arm cut off. He gets stabbed through. It's slow motion. Jesse Ventura, Blaine, just... Yeah, like, I love Billy's death. It's so good. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. And then we have Pancho, who is, like, very practical and tactical, but does not want to appear weak in any way. So he suppresses his vulnerabilities. He doesn't ask for help. He's like, I'm the skilled one. I'm supposed to know what's going on. And he didn't recognize his own limitations, and he died.
Yep.
And then we have Dutch, who is very, like, apex man. I mean, he's Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
Arnold. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say. He's kindergarten cop. You know what I mean?
He walks in wearing this tight red polo, sunglasses, and smoking a cigar.
Yeah, like, he's the dude. However, it isn't until he is, like, able to kind of confront his own vulnerability. He sheds all of the, like, crazy advanced weaponry. I mean, like, he still has a gun. He's not fucking stupid.
Right.
But he learns how to camouflage himself. He learns how to confront the Predator in a real way. And, like, for lack of a better term, man to man. Like, the Predator takes his mask off.
Right.
And he is one ugly motherfucker. He's right. But he focuses on ingenuity, resourcefulness, adaptability. He becomes adaptable, which is something that stereotypically men are not.
Right.
And I think here's where I'm going to get on my soapbox. Predator Badlands. I really liked it. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. If you did not see it, slight spoilers for Predator Badlands, but the basic premise is that kind of the runt of the litter of the, what are they called again?
Yautja.
The Yautja wants to prove himself, and he goes to an alien planet to do what predators do, which is they hunt.
The deadliest game they can find.
Exactly. It's like a bar mitzvah, but
Yeah.
for Yautja. It's how you become a man. Yao mitzvah.
Yeah.
And so that movie was fucking like torn apart by all of these dude bros who were like, this is a fucking macho franchise and it's supposed to be like all of this like masculinity stuff, and now they're making it woke and it's terrible and all of these things. And then I watched this fucking movie, which I expected to just be Rambo with aliens.
Yeah.
And it's about systemically like removing all of the layers of masculinity from a person in order to make them like a well-rounded human being. And I'm like, so the franchise has been like this the whole fucking time?
Yeah.
So people are just really bad at like media literacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pissed me right the fuck off. I'm going to be so honest. I was so mad.
But that's not Predator. I thought you'd
No,
like Predator more.
That's not Predator's fault. And I actually really liked, I have the reason that I rated it what I ended up rating it on Letterboxd, which we'll talk about, has more to do with the pacing of the film than it does the actual like message of the film. Because I liked the characters and I really liked the Yautja. I like his character design. I like how fucking kind of OP he is. Like, he's so cool. That being said, and I like the morals. It was honestly pacing. The first hour of the movie was very slow for me.
Especially if you're not a fan of like the 80s action.
I'm not an action person. I don't do a lot of action. I like suspense if I'm going to do action-y type stuff.
And 80s action is
it's so in your face. Like, and so that was my only complaint with the movie. It really wasn't like
that's fair.
The core of the movie. I really liked the core of the movie.
But while we're on this kind of how Predator deconstructs masculinity, there's this great scene. Blaine gets killed. Mm-hmm. The Predator just snipes him from behind. Mm-hmm. And Max sees it. Played by Bill Duke, who I just want to shout out Bill Duke, because Bill Duke rules. Sees this or sees something. And he just starts shooting. And then everyone in the squad who's remaining, which is most of them at this point, they come in with all their weapons and they just start shooting. And it's a good minute of just gunfire. Booms and bangs and kablams, just gunfire and grenade launchers. They level the jungle for like several hundred yards. Like, they level a jungle. And Pancho just kind of looks around. He goes, we hit nothing. All that essentially gun porn was for nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
So these guys have the biggest guns, and they can't do anything with it. Now, later on, they did get the Predator a little bit, and Isabella, the woman, she sees the glowing green blood and is the only one that does. But in fairness, in the jungle, it's going to be hard to see green anything, glowing or not. Mm-hmm. But she's the only one that notices. Which, again, the woman is the only one that notices.
Right.
But I just think it's such a great scene that just kind of shows what the theme of Predator, like what Predator is. I love that. And I got a hot take about the Predator. I mean, obviously, I love the Predator. I think the Predator is the coolest shit ever. And this one, he's called the Jungle Hunter. The OG Predator is my favorite. Mm-hmm. Partly because of nostalgia, partly I just think he looks the coolest. City Hunter from Predator 2, cool as fuck. And the Feral Predator from Prey, oh my god, is so cool. And then Deck from Badlands is, well,
I like Deck. He's my little buddy.
Exactly. But the Jungle Hunter, my hot take is, he's just kind of a mid-Predator.
Fair.
Because, like, I think one of the ideas behind Predator is, like, this is what they all do. Mm-hmm. So I imagine this one's, like, a Yautja dentist who's on his, like,
he's
summer
on his vacation.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, what the fuck when it comes to Arnold?
Well, yeah, because, like, that's the thing, right, is you have to do this. It's a rite of passage. They explain that very well in at least Badlands. I'm sure they explain it in other movies, but at least in Badlands, like, that's the thing. And
but this one,
Deck overcorrects.
Yeah, right. But this one, he's not a younger one. This is just...
Right. This is
he's
just what
hunting
he
to hunt.
does.
This, Right. Because that's what the Yautja do, is they hunt. So this one's, like, just a normal one.
Mm-hmm.
And people, they complain about, like, one of the complaints about the Predator franchise is like, oh, well, they can't take down Arnold. Are they really that OP, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is a mid-Predator. If you think about it. Like, he's not the best of his species. Because he came to Earth. You know what I mean? But I love the Jungle Hunter. The design is so cool. And we'll talk about the design and stuff later. But just to keeping with the themes of the movie, for most of it, the Predator is camouflaged the whole time. And he's taking out these guys from a distance. Kind of like a dentist taking out a giraffe with a sniper rifle.
Right. Well, it's very much not... Like, he does end up, when we get the reveal, he does end up being, like, kind of a hyper-masculine, like, big dude. Right. We don't know that for the whole fucking movie. You know what I mean? And he doesn't do the whole, like, guns blazing thing. He relies on stealth. He relies on picking them off one by one instead of these big firefights like the humans do. And, yeah, I think it's so crazy to me that people are not seeing the central message of the movie. And I don't mean to, like, keep harping on that, but it just is, it blows my mind because I fully thought that it was just like, I fully thought, and don't get me wrong, I think this is mostly a net positive, that, like, the franchise is evolving with the times and they're telling more humanized stories because that's what people want to see nowadays. And, like, yeah, but, like, not by much, not by as much as I certainly thought they were doing.
No, this movie was, like, based to begin with.
Yeah.
And it came out in 1987, which was a based year for movies, off the top of my head. Hellraiser and The Monster Squad also came out in this year. Something else. Oh, The Lost Boys. Like, a lot of iconic movies, particularly horror, came out in 1987. And then also, we have to talk about John McTiernan, the director.
Yeah.
We've talked... So, I think John McTiernan went on the greatest 3-movie stretch ever, rivaled only by Rob Reiner in his, like, fucking 9-movie stretch from Stand By Me to A Few Good Men, or past A Few Good Men. I kind of forget, but other than Rob Reiner's just banger after banger after banger after banger after banger, or Spinal Tap through to at least A Few Good Men. I forget what comes out after that one, but other than that, John McTiernan, 3-movie stretch. You ready for this? Do you even know it? Because you might know it, and I'm just saying stuff you already know. But for the listeners who don't know, Predator, Die Hard, The Hunt for Red October. What the fuck? That's such like that's base, like boom, boom, boom.
That's a generational run for sure.
That's just like, poof. And you start off with Predator? I mean, like, come on. And then Die Hard. People love Die Hard. Here's my hot take. I think Predator's the best of those 3. And I know people are already typing in the comments, Die Hard's so much better. Cool. Think that. I love that for you. That's just like your opinion, man.
I've never seen Die Hard. I don't like action movies. I don't know what to tell you people. I don't know why that's such a shock.
Jeremy's face. But it's also a Christmas movie.
It's not.
How do you know? You haven't seen it.
It's not a Christmas movie. It's an action movie that takes place at Christmas. That's not the same thing.
You haven't seen it. How do you know?
Because I know enough about the cultural impact of the movie.
But is Gremlins a Christmas movie?
Yes, because there's themes about Christmas in it. There are no themes about Christmas in Die Hard.
That's fair.
I will say that an authority on Christmas, Macaulay Culkin, he has said Die Hard is not a Christmas movie because he said you could place it on St. Patrick's Day and it's still the same movie.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got a good point. I'm just saying you should see the movie anyways.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
And
just saying I haven't seen it.
I'm assuming you haven't seen Hunt for Red October?
I have seen Hunt for Red October.
Do you like Hunt for Red October?
I do actually like
Do
it.
you think
I
it's a
love
Christmas
Hunt for Red
movie?
October.
What?
I said, do you think it's a Christmas movie?
No, I don't think Hunt for Red October is a Christmas movie.
I would have liked to see Montana. Oh, that part gets me every time.
Yeah, always. Anywho.
Generational Run, that 3 movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jeremy, why don't you tell everybody how much you hated this movie and why?
How much I hated it. I didn't hate this movie.
I'm kidding. Do you want to talk about the pacing? Because you have more eloquent thoughts than I do.
Yeah, it bad. No. No,
Great, good.
Wow.
Good job.
So
No,
eloquent.
I
Next thought. Wow.
No, okay, so I felt like the first, 30 minutes, there was a point where, I got up to go to the bathroom, and we had been watching, for, 27 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I got up, and they were in the middle of a gunfight in the jungle,
Yeah.
and I stood up, and I said, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. You can leave it running. I assume nothing else is going to happen for at least another 15 to 20 minutes, and I was right.
Yeah, that's fair.
My issue with the pacing is just that they kind of jump you in, and they do something that I think movies need to do more of, which is they just kind of place you into the shit. I don't need exposition is important. I don't need 90 minutes of every Batman origin to tell me how he became Batman.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think movies need to do that more. It's just get to the point, get to the story. This movie kind of does that and then doesn't do it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They jump you into the action, but then they do unrelated it's related in the sense that this is why they're there.
Right.
But it's just seemingly random action sequences for 40 minutes until you even see the Predator or are aware of the Predator. You know what I mean? That was an issue to me. I really enjoyed the back.
Yeah.
I would even say more than half. The last 2/3 of the movie I really enjoyed. I felt like the first third was weak in that it just felt repetitive.
I'm not going to try to change your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but let me try to change your opinion.
Okay.
No, I just want to kind of bring some context to why that is.
Sure.
And why I think not just you guys, but a lot of people who watch it for the first time now will think that way. It's a lot about context, right?
Sure.
You guys know who the Predator is.
Right.
And even if you didn't see Predator Badlands, you still know who the Predator is.
Because we live in society. Yeah.
Right. Although it was crazy, I'm about to expose you for a second. Jeremy texts me in the group chat, the Would You Die group chat, and says, I didn't know Arnold was in this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is crazy. But what I really wanted to say was, what the fuck?
Yeah,
This
it's
is one
fair.
of the most iconic Arnold... Anyways, I'm not going...
I had no idea
Yeah, that he was in it, or that Jeremy didn't know?
that he was in it.
What the fuck?
To be fair, I've seen one Arnold Schwarzenegger movie before today. It was Kindergarten Cop.
So, but he's in Terminator.
Yeah, I know he's in Terminator.
Predator's on that. Anyways,
I don't think so.
I know Terminator is a more famous movie.
I think that they're honestly. I think they're in terms of equal. I think Predator's as famous a movie as Terminator's. I just don't think he's as famous for Predator as he is for Terminator.
That's fair. But get to the chopper.
Yes. Okay. When that happened, I was like,
so
"Oh, that's
much
from this
is
movie."
yeah.
I didn't. Yeah,
I'm sure that happened a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you finally knew. But it's
Yeah.
you guys know the arm wrestles.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Now
I didn't know that was him either. I mean, I guess I could have extrapolated. He's a very muscly guy, but
Yeah. I mean, now you know it's the Terminator and Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, what this movie is doing. So part of it is who the Predator is. It's okay, let's
Get to the point.
it.
Yeah.
Right. in 1987, people didn't know who the Predator was.
Fair.
Because the Predator didn't exist. And I had mentioned before how this movie kind of does like the action horror, just kind of genre flip. I think what makes this movie an effective horror film is that it commits to the action movie bit. And if you don't like action movies, then you're not going to like the first 30 minutes. Or not that you don't like action movies, but if you don't really care for the 80s, cuz like a lot of the 80s action movies of this style were just the first 30 minutes of this movie but for 90 minutes, right? I think this movie needs to establish that these guys are your extremely macho, indestructible action heroes. Like, these guys could have been the lead of their own action movie. All of them. It's like a Avengers, because like Jesse Ventura, Carl Weathers, Bill Duke. Jean-Claude Van Damme was almost in this movie, fun fact. He almost played the Predator.
Well,
that's like a weird
that is wild. Parallel
universe where Tom Selleck's Indiana Jones and Sean Connery's Gandalf the Grey, and just
here's my counterpoint to all of that. All of that can be true and purposeful and like not and like needed and necessary, and I can still not enjoy the movie.
Well, I'm not trying to say like you can't. I'm just trying to bring context to why it exists.
I get it. I think that I figured that out within the first 15 or so minutes of the movie. I don't think we needed 40 minutes of nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say it's 40 minutes of nothing.
But it's 40 minutes. It's just, like I said, it's like...
It's 40 minutes of a different movie.
I think it's 40 minutes of what every person who doesn't like action films doesn't like, right? You know,
right.
It's Anneliese has said multiple times, she's not an action person. She doesn't like action movies. So when you jump in with 40 minutes of non-plot, and I wouldn't even call it exposition because it doesn't even really feel like it's setting up a ton, in my opinion.
I don't think it is. And I think that's like, I don't mean to be like to counter your point, because I agree that we need the setup of like, these guys are like their own action heroes. Like, I totally get that. I think that can be done in like 15 minutes rather than the first like 2 quarters of the movie.
But here's where I'm going to counter that.
Okay, fine. I guess. No, I'm just kidding.
Because Jeremy kind of hit it on the nose. Then it turns into a different movie.
Yeah.
I think this movie works because you get to see these guys in action and in over-the-top action. And then when the Predator actually comes into play, these muscle-bound demigods just being picked off so easily, I don't think it hits as well if we don't see them tearing apart a base easily, barely getting, like, you know. And I do think, well, I'm not going to be like, well, you have to like it because it does. I'm not trying to say that, but I think the movie doesn't work as well if you do that in 15 minutes. Because in 15 minutes, you don't get the scene of them in the helicopters.
I think
they spend
fair.
like a couple minutes where you get their personalities.
You're right. It creates this illusion that they are invincible.
Mm-hmm.
And then they very much are not. And
right.
I think that is fair. I think that's the argument to make there. I still don't know that 40 minutes of it was necessary. But and this is coming from someone who I enjoyed the movie. I liked it. And I think, like, for the audience it's aiming for, which is...
That's another point.
They loved it, and they should, because they were like, I want to see explosions, and I want to see gunfire, and I want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger doing Arnold Schwarzenegger things. Nailed it.
That's another point, too,
like,
that I was thinking about.
I think those people didn't get the point of the movie. It's like what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, cool, but this is like the people who... It's like Fight Club. I'm not...
That's a fair one.
But...
It's a good comparison.
I'm going to say to your credit, you are not the target audience for Predator.
I might be.
Predator.
If it was better,
I think you're the
If
target
it were a
audience for
different
Alien.
movie.
I think I might be the target audience for subsequent movies.
But with
Badlands.
Predator, especially the first one, they're trying to get the action crowd into these seats.
Yeah, no, they
do.
They nail it.
And then they trick the action crowd into seeing a horror movie, which I think is funny.
That is true. It is funny.
Because I don't know if the horror crowd goes and sees this initially.
Yeah, probably.
I also don't
not.
know what the marketing campaign was for this movie.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
I wasn't alive in '87, so I don't know. Now it's like the horror fans showed up for Predator 2. Predator 2 was a decent hit. It didn't make a bunch of money, but it was a decent enough hit. But like now Predator's beloved by the horror fans, but like I don't know if they would have known to shown up until it was out for like a week or two and people were like, "Oh no, this is like sick fucking shit." And I think it was action enough to where the action fans really love Predator and still do to this day. And I think a lot of action fans recognize like that it's a deconstruction of the action genre. And you get your guys who don't understand media, but I think a majority of people do understand Predator. It's just the loud idiots on the internet.
Yeah,
That's fair. I will say, like looking at a lot of the art from like 1987 promotional like posters and stuff, it's very split in half. It seems like you either have the Predator on the cover or you have Arnold Schwarzenegger on the cover.
Right.
So it feels like they were very much marketing to two different audiences instead of both of them together, which I do find interesting.
This is a film that's like it's a movie that changes genre. It's not like for example, Shaun of the Dead's a horror comedy.
Yeah, the whole way through.
Yeah, it's both horror and comedy the entire time. This is a movie that's an action movie and
then
that
it's a horror.
turns into a horror.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that don't happen too. And that I think contributes to pacing it because you guys are not the only ones who think that this movie has pacing issues. So that's why I'm not trying to be like.
No, yeah, I mean, like, please be that way. Because I agree with you. We are lacking a lot of the context of, like, we are waiting for the Predator because we're like, where the fuck's the guy?
Right.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And then it does have pacing issues because it does this, like, gear shift. Mm-hmm. It turns into a completely different movie. But it could be something you really enjoy on subsequent watches, or on a subsequent watch, you're just like, no, I was right the first time.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was another movie that we watched recently that had a really stark genre shift, but I can't think of what it was.
Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite. Exactly.
Audition.
Well, yes. Yeah, I guess that's true. Is like, it's very much like, yeah, we talked about it even. You're right.
Because Audition is like, it goes from a dark romantic comedy to proto-torture porn.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Predator is definitely one. Or, hell, last week with Cujo, goes from a melodrama to a trapped creature animal attack movie.
Yeah.
So,
Should we talk about cultural impact?
I think this is a big one to talk about cultural impact.
Yeah.
This is a hit.
Yes, I agree. So, obviously, you have, like, the franchise, like the subsequent franchise,
Yeah.
right? There are, God, how many movies?
There's 7 movies, 9 if you include the 2 Alien versus Predator movies. But and this, when you say this out loud, it's so funny. There's Predator.
Yeah.
There's Predator 2.
There's Predators.
There's Predators.
There's
The Predator.
Prey.
There's Prey. Predator Killer of Killers. Then Predator Badlands.
And then Alien versus Predator Requiem.
Yep. Like, it's such a weird naming. The Predator
hilarious.
franchise didn't want to stick with the naming convention and wanted to do all the naming conventions.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, Predator, obviously the franchise and its relationship with the Alien franchise, super, super big. Because they were both produced by 20th Century Fox, one that made AVP a very easy reality, but two, it's just like, they were always in communication with each other. So you know how you like your Easter eggs? Like the Wes Craven putting the Evil Dead in A Nightmare, because Sam Raimi put Hills Have Eyes in Evil Dead.
Yep.
Just stuff like that. I'm not going to give everything away. I'm just saying AVP came out in 2004. But Predator 2 had a nod to Alien. I'm not going to tell you how, but...
Okay.
And the franchises are still linked.
Yeah.
Because Predator Badlands features Weyland Yutani, who are the motherfucking corporate assholes from Alien.
Yep.
So even though Predator Badlands did not have the xenomorph, it had a heavy alien presence.
Yes.
And then, what else for culture? Because obviously, I would say the Predator is considered one of the greatest movie monsters of all time. If it's sci-fi horror, then Predator's on the Mount Rushmore. He just did, like, for space horror.
For sure.
Alien horror, whatever you want to call it. Xenomorph, Predator, The Thing, and then pick your fourth favorite for the fourth spot.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, you want to talk about Easter eggs? Should we talk about the Easter egg in this one?
What are you referring to?
I'm referring to Jim Hopper.
Oh, I mentioned this last week.
Yes, you did.
I was thinking what Easter egg was in this movie. No, I know what you're saying.
So Jim Hopper is a dead soldier that they find in Predator. He has been flayed alive. They find his dog tags, Jim Hopper. Jim Hopper is also the sheriff in Stranger Things.
Like, main character David Harbour.
Yeah.
All 5 seasons.
And I found that interesting. One of the other characters' last name is Hawkins. I don't know if that's like a connection too, because they use Jim Hopper, so it's possible.
I mean, the Duffer Brothers, they wear their inspirations on their sleeve, and I love them for that.
I agree.
There's no way that was a coincidence. They love Predator.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the fact there's 2, there's no way that's a coincidence.
Yeah. So,
but
I
love
fun.
Predator too. I love Predator also. I also love Predator too.
But yeah, I thought that was fun. There's a ton of Stranger Things Easter eggs, like all over the horror genre. So it's always fun whenever we find one.
There's just a ton of Predator, like, since Predator, there's a lot of references to, like, yeah, Predator is just a cultural icon. I don't think it's as big as its rival / bestie Alien. I think Alien is the more prestigious of the two.
Yeah, I would agree.
The more beloved of the two, but man, Predator. Predator's kind of like the sassy underdog of the two.
Yeah.
Sassy, I don't want to make this comparison because I have to compare something I love to something I hate, but I'm going to make the comparison. Alien is like U of M, and Predator is like Michigan State.
That's really mean to say to us.
In terms of franchise and how they're viewed.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Alien's the bigger brand, with more fans, makes more money. But man, Predator's right there, and it's just scrappier.
Yeah.
And just the real ones, no.
This is a secret global warming franchise, too.
In multiple ways.
Yeah.
In multiple installments. we'll get back to global warming when it comes to Predator.
In this one specifically,
Yes.
they're kind of guide because they have a hostage that they take, who is this woman who's a guerrilla
The only woman
fighter.
in the movie.
Yeah, the only woman in the movie, notably. And she gives them all the information that kind of they are missing, where this type of creature comes back whenever it's a particularly warm
Yeah.
summer. And it's getting warmer. So, yeah.
So cool.
It's really
Not
good.
global warming, but that scene where
Yeah.
she says all that. So,
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie. There's a lot of cultural. It's Predator.
Mhm.
So many memes, so many
Oh, yeah.
quotes. Just like off the top of my head, iconic quotes. Okay, I have a game. I'm
Oh,
gonna say an
boy.
iconic quote or meme from Predator, and you're gonna tell me if you've heard of it before. And we're gonna start with one we already talked about. The Dylan, you son of a bitch, epic arm wrestle handshake.
Yes. I have seen that gif
Mhm.
before.
Jeremy has as well.
Yep.
Jeremy's sweepy.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. All right, next one. Get to the chopper.
Yeah. Oh, really? Wow, that's actually shocking. That was massive, like in meme culture.
I agree.
I had never heard of it before. I didn't know that was a meme.
All right, this is a quote. I don't know if it's quite memed, but it's a famous quote. If it bleeds, we could kill it.
Yeah, that I'd heard before.
Yes, but I always heard "If It Bleeds" from like Stephen King.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that might have came out first.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. All right. You are one ugly motherfucker.
Yes.
I people have been telling me that my whole life. I didn't know it was a reference.
It's funny because it's no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's so mean.
No, you can
But
say
yeah.
it.
That quote, that was my grandpa's favorite quote, so we just say that all the time.
That's hilarious.
So that one's my favorite. And then I ain't got time to bleed.
I hadn't heard that, but it's a good one.
I haven't heard that one either.
That one's a good one. But yeah, so those were kind of just the ones coming to my head right now. Yeah, just iconic movie. Are we ready for our Predator-latives? Our Predilatives?
Almost.
Our Arnold-latives?
We're almost ready.
Our Carl Weather-latives? Our Jesse Ventura-latives?
Yeah. Who would you save?
I would save Dylan. Even though he's kind of a motherfucker. He's just my favorite.
That's fair.
They're all motherfuckers. Like, I kind of don't want to save any of them, but...
Yeah.
And, my favorite, the one who deserves to be saved, other than Isabel, is Arnold.
Mhm.
But they both live.
But they live, yeah.
Who would you save?
I would save Billy.
Yeah, Billy was a real one.
Yeah. He just has a martyr complex. It's not his fault. What is your favorite scare?
So, I don't know if this is like a scare, because Predator doesn't like, for me at least, have like the best gotcha scares.
Yeah.
It's really good at dread,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good at kills.
Yes.
And I already talked about Billy's death scene.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, when Arnold is like trying to get away, and pretty much everyone's dead,
Mm-hmm.
he just casually, accidentally falls off a waterfall, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is both a scare and a moment of dread. He lands, he falls I don't know, 100 feet or something crazy. It's a really big fall.
Mm-hmm.
He lands in the water, and he swims to land, and he kind of just goes, gets himself all muddy, and he's resting and he's breathing heavy. And then just behind him, you could still see the water, and you just see and hear something just fall in the water behind him. And then Arnold's just like, fuck. And he's like trying to like scurry like and hide, and he's covering himself in more mud. And then the Predator, this is when you first see the Predator for real. He comes out of the water and his camo's short-circuiting, and Alan Silvestri's going hard in the paint. It's just goes from this great scare to like instant dread.
Yeah.
And you don't know, as the audience, you don't know that the Predator, like, maybe you do if you're paying attention, but like 11-year-old me didn't realize that he couldn't see because of the mud, because of the heat. Like, it's heat vision, but like in that moment,
you're not
like,
really making the connection.
Right,
sure.
because it's like, oh shit, that's the Predator. So for me, that's my favorite scare.
Fair.
What about you?
I'm going to go classic. I'm going to go like the first scene that they see the dead bodies when they're all like skinned and everything.
Yeah.
And they just like, they know there's something that they're dealing with here that they're not really sure about.
Something I really like about Predator is it's not the goriest film, but there's a lot of gore. The gore like stands out because like the red stands out of the green.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
you don't see a lot of horror movies in the jungle.
Yeah.
So Predator's unique in that regard.
Yep. Tony Todd Award for movie MVP.
I'm going to let you go first because I have two I really want to give it to.
Okay.
And I'm just going to let you go first.
Okay. I guess I'm going to give it to Kevin Peter Hall, who is the Predator.
Yeah.
He's not the voice, he's just the actor. But I think it's really hard when you are one of those horror actors who has very little like lines to work with, obviously. Like in this case, he's an alien. He doesn't have any lines.
Right.
He's clicking. But like I think that it can be really hard to appear menacing and fearful. And I think he just does such a phenomenal job.
Fun fact, he was trained in ballet, and that's part of the reason why the Predator is so graceful.
Love it.
Because the Predator is like jumping and light on his, even though you can tell he's a heavy dude, he's a big dude. He's light on his feet.
Yeah.
So you did not take either of the ones
Oh, really? Okay.
I was gonna give. So I am gonna give one honorable mention, and then I'll give the award. So my honorable mention's Carl Weathers.
Yeah. I thought about him.
And also not shout out Arnold. I love Arnold. I do, but he gets enough love. He's Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
That's fair.
I will say this real quick. I think this is Arnold's best performance.
Yeah, I think, again, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but I like
Sure.
it. It's better than Kindergarten Cop. And I like Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop's different.
Nope.
though.
Nope.
Oh,
You said
okay.
it was his best performance. We're
No,
counting
I'm
Kindergarten
saying
Cop.
I'm just saying like comedy is different.
Yeah.
But I'd still think it's all of his movies. Predator, I think, is his best performance.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a hot take. If it's a hot take, let me know.
So
And
what's
I'll-
your actual one?
I'm gonna give it to Stan Winston.
Okay. Okay.
Legendary creature effects artist. We talked about him on our Pumpkinhead episode.
Yes.
I mean, the Predator is one of the great movie monsters. Kevin Peter Hall and Stan Winston together
Yeah, I was
are
going to
the
say
reasons why.
this might be one of my favorite monster designs of all time.
Me too. And like, yeah, Stan Winston, best known for a lot of just amazing practical creatures. Jurassic Park, Aliens, The Terminator, just so much that he's done. He designed the Predator, and he did the effect, and just the two of them together, they made movie magic. They made one of the icons of horror, and just fun fact: Stan Winston, good friends with a little-known film director, James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Through Terminator, Stan Winston gets the Predator job. They're both on a plane going somewhere, and Stan Winston's replacing someone. Oh, remember how I said Jean-Claude Van Damme was almost the Predator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they fired Jean-Claude Van Damme and the initial effects, like creature effects people, because it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
They hire Kevin Peter Hall. They hire Stan Winston. They have like 6 weeks to get their shit together. So Stan Winston's kind of stressing, and he's coming up with designs and stuff. James Cameron, he's on this plane with him. He looks over, he goes, "You know what I've never seen before? Mandibles." Stan Winston's like, I like that. And the mandibles are like such a big part.
Yeah.
And just the design of the Predator. It's just, I love it. It's one of the things where it's like the mask is so cool. What's underneath is never going to live up. And then it does.
And then it does, yeah.
It's one ugly motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and the animatronics to animate the face and stuff is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
When he and Arnold are having that fight, and Arnold gets one hit in, and the Predator's like squinting and is like kind of readjusting his eye, and like,
yeah, it's good.
That's such a good little detail.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met anyone from this cast?
I have met one person from this cast. It was Carl Weathers.
Sick.
Motor City Comic Con 1 year before he passed.
Mm.
And it was really cool because in our picture, friends of the show, Doug and my mom, are also they met Carl Weathers with me. And I'm wearing a Predator shirt, and my mom's wearing a Grief Karga from The Mandalorian shirt. Specifically, he has his hand up, and it says, "Do the magic hand thing, baby." And then you see Baby Yoda doing the magic hand thing.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite bits in Mando. Anyways, we meet Carl Weathers, and I ask him, "Hey, this is going to be a little stupid, but can we do the Predator handshake?" He goes, "Of course we can."
Aww.
And I mean, if you don't know what I look like listening to this, I'm a pretty skinny dude, especially in the arms. And that's Carl fucking Weathers. Anyways, that's one of my favorite pictures ever.
I did not know he was a professional football player.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Carl Weathers.
He's built like a linebacker.
Yeah, exactly. Was he a linebacker?
He was a linebacker.
I was about to say, I think he actually was a linebacker.
Yeah, he was on the Raiders as a linebacker.
He was in he's Carl Weathers ruled.
I actually really love Carl Weathers. I knew him originally. Obviously now I know him as like, I mean obviously I didn't know Predator, but like
sure.
I know him as Apollo Creed. I know him as like
Right.
Chubbs from Happy Gilmore,
Yeah.
like all those. But I knew him originally, this is so weird, as the character Optitraxis Prime from Star vs. the Forces of Evil, which is a kids cartoon show that I watched in college. It's very like kind of the same vein as like Gravity Falls type show, and he was in it, and so that's how I knew him for like a while before I watched like all of his other movies. But yeah,
I have a fun fact for Jeremy because he is our resident Toy Story super fan. And you probably already know this. I'm going to test you, actually. Who does Carl Weathers play in Toy Story 4?
Toy Story 4?
it should be very easy.
I mean, is he the only new character in Toy Story 4?
There's a couple.
Oh, yeah, there are a couple. Okay.
I'll give you a hint. Don't think that hard about
Is it Forky? It's not Forky,
It's
right?
not Forky.
Because the only other new character I can think of... I've only seen Toy Story 4 once. Remind me.
Oh, you just watched it.
I just watched it for
okay.
the first time. Because I refused to, on principle, that the third movie had the best ending of any trilogy maybe ever, and then they decided to do another one.
That being said, Carl Weathers had the funniest scene in Toy Story 4.
Oh, my God.
I believe it. I don't remember it, but I do remember his
Dude,
character.
I got nothing. Because the only other character I can think of that's new in Toy Story 4 is played by Keanu Reeves.
Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah.
He's Combat Carl.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
It's like he's
And there's
kind of playing himself.
There's 3 little Combat
Yeah.
Carls, and he's in like kind of the outfit that he's in for the Predator, the main one. And so then, like, Woody, like, high fives two of them, and then the third one just, like... and that's my favorite scene from that movie. Anyway.
But yeah, Carl Weathers rules. Happy Gilmore, obviously. Apollo Creed, obviously. Should have said that. Grief Kargan, Mandalorian, which I know they couldn't bring him back because, sadly, Carl Weathers passed. But Mandalorian and Grogu really was missing Carl Weathers. Hardcore.
That makes sense.
And obviously, you know, like, the last thing I'll say is when I met Carl Weathers, we did that picture. So I go into me and my mom, we go into his autograph line to get our picture signed, and we do. And when you take a picture, it's like a 20-second interaction. When you get an autograph signed, you actually get to talk to the celebrity for a couple minutes. And depending on the celebrity, it could still be 30 seconds. It could be like 5 minutes, and then the people behind you are getting pissed, and it's like, hey, he's talking to me. Yeah. So with Carl Weathers, we're talking to him a little bit, and I tell him how this movie means a lot to me, not just as a up-and-coming filmmaker, but as, like, just a person, because it just made me think... It makes me think of my grandpa, and we watched this movie together a bunch, and I told him the story of... I said earlier this episode how he just called me in class to let me know Predator was on, and then he grabbed my hand. Carl Weathers grabbed my hand and said, "Thank you for telling me," and he seemed really touched, and it was a great moment.
That is awesome. Is the score better than Jaws?
Yes.
I was going to say yes, too.
It's really good. It's really good.
Are we all three in agreement?
Yeah.
Now, Jaws is the greater score.
For sure.
And some might argue musically it's...
But
I don't know enough musically to...
I don't care. I fuck with the score heavy.
This is... I like this score more.
I think the, like... Not the alien theme, but, like, the main theme that's a little more musical. It reminds me so much of John Williams' like, Olympic theme.
The...
No.
Not that one?
The more melodic one.
I'm trying to think of...
I can only think of the Olympic theme, so it's not going to sound the same. But the... Oh my god, I wish I could sing it.
Because when you say Olympic, I'm thinking...
The other Olympic theme he did.
Bum, 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 bum,
nope, the other one.
John Williams, stop.
I know.
Doing so many Olympics. Where was it in the movie?
Like several places.
Okay. Because for me, my favorite theme is like, so the da-da-da-da-da-dum, people think that's the Predator's theme because it's called Theme from Predator, but that's Arnold's theme.
Yeah, I can't think.
The Predator's theme is the boom, 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 boom. It's a little low for my range, but that's the Predator's theme.
I can't find anything because it's just the main theme for the motion picture.
Right.
So.
But I think I know. I think I can hear in my head the. Yeah. And then it goes back to the.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So the theme was done by Alan Silvestri,
Go.
who I love. Alan Silvestri. He's one of my favorite film composers of all time. He might be my favorite.
He's my second favorite.
You have probably... Who's your first?
John Williams.
Yeah, I know. You might have heard of some of his scores. You know, he's done some little-known movies like Back to the Future and Predator, obviously, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Back to the Future Part 2, and Back to the Future Part 3.
Are you going in order?
Yeah, I'm looking through all of the ones that he's done. And Father of the Bride, and Death Becomes Her, and The Bodyguard, and Super Mario Brothers, and Forrest Gump, and Richie Rich, and...
I don't think we have time to go through his filmography.
I'm not going through all of them. I'm just doing the big ones. And Mission
There's
Impossible,
a lot of big ones, too.
And The Parent Trap, and Stuart Little, and Castaway.
Stuart Little's
and Lilo and Stitch.
The smallest one. Lilo Stitch score is actually really underrated.
And Van Helsing, which is a great score. And The Polar Express, which you may have heard of. And Night at the Museum. And now we're in the 2010s. So we've got Captain America: The First Avenger.
I was about to say,
and
are
the
we finally
Avengers,
getting to Marvel, the Avengers?
and Avengers Age of Ultron,
Mhm.
and Ready Player One, and Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, and the live-action Lilo and Stitch, and Avengers Doomsday, and Avengers Secret Wars, and then he also did a bunch of TV. So yeah, he's
Prolific.
done a lot of shit, is my point, and he's really good.
I have another hot take
What's your
regarding
hot
Alan Silvestri.
What's your hot take?
But first, before I can give my hot take, I need to ask you both a question.
Okay.
What is your favorite Alan Silvestri score?
I feel like Jeremy's is going to be pretty obvious.
Oh my God, he wasn't listening.
He wasn't
again.
listening to any of the
I was
ones
looking.
just
I was
fucking
I was
said.
looking at the Predator movie or the Predator games on Steam. I didn't know there were so many.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like
There's
that was
so much Predator.
Did not know.
People love Predator.
Yeah.
Anyway, his is going to be Back to the Future.
Sick.
I said, what's your favorite Alan Silvestri score?
Yeah.
That was after I named about 30 of them.
Yeah. No, I know. I get it. It's just
Jeremy's like, all I needed was Back to the Future.
yeah.
And honestly, correct.
Mine's a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is either Night at the Museum,
Based.
It is good.
which I think is underrated, or specifically Captain America: The First Avenger.
Based.
I love those. I love the Captain America: The First Avenger score. I love Captain America's theme.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, the Avengers is, like, fucking iconic and great and beautiful and
Yeah.
everything. I think Captain America: The First Avenger is such a beautifully scored movie.
Bum, 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 bum.
Like, just the, like,
Yeah.
the bass of the trombones and that last note. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. It's so good. Anyway, sorry. What about you?
Here's my hot take.
What's your hot take?
His best score is Predator.
I'm not mad at that take. It's not my favorite, but I'm not mad at that take.
It, like I said, it's hot.
You didn't ask best. You asked favorite.
I don't know if I could ever say what a composer's best. Best is because, like, a lot of them have so many.
Yeah.
There could be a gem for a movie no one's ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these guys work
Yeah.
a lot. So but I can say my favorite, and it's Predator.
That's fair.
I do love Back to the Future, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys know I sing like a boom, boom, boom all the time.
All the time. It's good.
And then Avengers, just specifically Endgame, because I really like the music when the Avengers come back in the portals.
Mm-hmm.
And I love his little motif for Thanos.
Yeah.
But yeah, Predator, I've always loved the Predator score. And actually, my hotter take is I lied. Predator's not my favorite Alan Silvestri score.
Okay.
It's Predator 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Because Predator's a better movie, but Alan Silvestri, like, outdid himself with Predator 2. It's insane.
That's fair.
But no, I could talk about this score for hours. Because I love when the drums, especially in the early, where you hear like
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. It's so good.
Is this a fine addition to your collection?
Yes.
I assumed.
Yes. I have Predator on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
I have Predator on 4K.
Okay.
I have Predator on vinyl record. I have multiple Predator Funko Pops, but from the initial movie, I have two. I have Dutch covered in mud.
Nice.
I have the Predator, but it's like he's partly translucent.
Sick. It's shorting out.
Yeah, it's shorting out. His armor is shorting out. So it's
You also
mostly
have a Predator shirt.
I have multiple Predator shirts.
I'm not shocked.
But the one I'm wearing currently is like blue, but it has Predator in red lettering and then the Predator in like this green thermal.
It's cool.
It's one of my favorite shirts. I have a picture with Carl Weathers where I'm wearing a Predator shirt. I have a Predator statue, like multiple Predator toys. I love Predator.
Fair. I think I would own this.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I watched Predator Badlands and I was obsessed with that movie. I saw it like 4 more times, like to watch it, to fall asleep and to like
I
Just watch it
love
around the house.
that.
Like, I love that movie so much. It's very different tonally, but I
Oh,
am
yeah.
seeing the bridge of the gap, like we've already talked about, and I kind of want to see the rest of the movies.
Well, here's the thing.
Bum bum.
I got you. Uh, I don't know if we'll cover Predator Badlands on the main feed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the first Predator movie that is pretty much not horror.
I was gonna say it's like very tonally not horror, but
Because they start getting leaning more and more into action.
Mm-hmm. I will still go watch them though.
Yeah, and you should just to like them. And
Mm-hmm.
spoiler alert for like the future, you will.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just saying, with Predator Badlands, we might as well talk about as much as we can throughout all the times we talk about Predator, because I don't know if that one would make it,
Right.
just because it's really the first one that's not truly horror, but at the same time, like, Dan Trachtenberg, who did Predator Badlands, he also did Prey and Predator Killer Killers. He did his homework, and he didn't need to do that much. I just think he was just a true Predator fan.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so clear.
everything that they've said has been that.
And it's so clear from this and Prey and Killer Killers. He loves Predator. Like, he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
He's a fan, so.
All right. Everybody get out your Letterboxd reviews.
Da-da-da-da-da-dum. 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 Boom, boom, ba-ba-boom.
Okay. So I give this movie 3.5 stars. It really, like, it lost the star and a half from the pacing at the beginning. But I will read my review based on the existing knowledge that I have seen 2 Predator movies. But I want to be clear before Austin gets into me about this. I'm basing it on my understanding from the people that I have talked to the most about the Predator movies, which are Austin, friend of the show John, and friend of the show Doug. All of which, when I said, I've never seen any of the Predator movies, said, you should watch the first one. And I said, what about all the other ones? And they said, you don't gotta. Anyway,
That's not true. Everyone has said we need to watch Prey. But that's it.
that's true. But
I am a Predator 2 stan, but
I said,
I know I'm in the minority. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
I said, if I had a nickel for every time they made a decent Predator movie, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
That's fucking insane. You haven't even seen Predator.
So I originally gave this 3 stars, and then before we started recording, I bumped it up to 3.5, and then just now I bumped it up to 4.
Yeah.
Because I feel like our discussion has made me appreciate it more. And I said, and this is still true even with a 4-star rating, I said I watched Predator Badlands before any other Predator movie, and unfortunately they were right about me falling for the woke Predator agenda.
That's so funny, though. So Predator is part of the Austin Taurus 10 Timers Club.
Yay.
I have logged it on Letterboxd 12 times.
Jesus, fuck.
I've only reviewed it 9 times, but yeah. Every time I've reviewed it, it's been 5 stars and a heart. Here's just some of my reviews. June 12th, 2021. This is the perfect action horror film. Changed my mind.
Okay.
April 25th, 2023. Why work out when watching this film makes you more swole by 15%? That one even has 4 likes. November 27th, 2023. Has a movie ripped harder than Predator? No. Nothing rips harder than Predator.
Can I read your November 4th, 2025 review?
Yes.
He rated it 5 stars and a heart, and he said, I don't think the Predator would hunt me. I believe he'd recognize me as a friend.
And that one also has 4 likes.
One of them is me.
Yeah. And then, finally, the last one, June 21st, 2026. The Predator is one of the greatest movie monsters of all time. I love him so much. I decided to be sentimental on this last watch.
That's beautiful. There are no Supernatural alumni in this one. So it's time for our special edition superlative, which is on a scale from 1 to 10. How hot is this cast?
Jeremy?
What did I give last week? A 7?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give this one an 8. Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, before he was the governor of California.
The governator.
The governor.
Yeah.
Before we had 2 Republican governors on this cast.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to give it an 8.
I'm going to give this a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus points for sexy alien, even with the mandibles. Losing points for not enough beautiful women. One beautiful woman.
One, but it's
not enough.
only one. Okay.
So.
It's a little awkward because I'm a straight man.
But you are going to give it a 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like, serious. Like, the Predator's doing heavy lifting for me.
No, that's mandibles and all, baby.
The dreads, the fishnets.
It's good.
The skulls on his belt, like, I'm not me being like, hey, baby, what you doing with that spine?
Listen, I love a man who knows what he wants.
Also, Carl Weathers. I love a man who knows what he wants, and he wants my fucking spine.
Yeah, correct.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta say one of my favorite moments of the movie, because this is a sweaty movie.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold having the whole squad make the booby traps using the jungle and stuff. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Carl Weathers, his character is just like, I don't know why we're doing all this. It's stupid. We're wasting our time. And Arnold's like, well, instead of complaining, maybe you should help.
Yeah.
And there's this brilliant moment where Carl Weathers is just like, do it, yeah, okay, whatever. He's being sarcastic. Cut to, he is shirtless, glistening in the sun with all the sweat, helping, like, just instantly.
Yeah.
Like, that worked. Just like, hey, don't be a dick and help out. It's like, yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
All sarcastic. And then he does. And
Yeah.
it's such a funny cut. And it makes me laugh every time.
It's
And it's
very
kind of
good.
hot.
It's very good.
Helping others is hot.
Mm-hmm.
And also ripping out spines.
Mm-hmm.
The duality of man.
Beautiful. All right, Austin, would you die?
No.
I feel like I know the answer, but why?
Because a predator would see me and be like, that is not a threat. That is a friend. There is no honor in killing that weak specimen, that tragic figure. It is my friend now.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and the predator would go on epic adventures where he would have to make sure I don't die or get hurt.
You are literally, it's the Mandalorian and Grogu, but you're Grogu.
Honestly, yeah. But instead of it like having the Force and being useful, I just know movie facts for a culture he doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
How about you? Would you die?
No, because the CIA simply would not recruit me to go to South America and kill an alien. They would be like, you should go back to teaching 9th grade. If they want me to teach the predator how to read, great, I'm there. But no, I don't think I would die. Jeremy?
Yeah. If what it takes to survive this is being Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1983...
7.
My bad. The last movie was 83.
That's correct.
I would in fact die. Because I ain't that.
That is fair. I would die because I am not Arnold. It's so real.
That is real. Austin, where can the people find you?
The people can find me doing the epic handshake to everyone I meet as my primary greeting from now until the end of time. You can also find me at Austin M. Torres across the social media verse, probably talking about how much I love Predator. You can find the show's social media at Would You Die Show. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, where in addition to our podcast, you can watch my short films like Ice Cream, The Blood Witch, the trailer for my upcoming short Dietary Restrictions, and the extremely predator-coded Spider. Quick question for you guys. Having now seen Predator, did you... Well, not question, but now that you've seen Predator, you guys should watch Spider.
Okay.
And you'll see how predator-coded Spider is.
Rewatch it through a Predator lens, definitely will.
Exactly.
He just wants to get more views on Spider.
I need the help, guys. Spider needs your help. And watch Blood Witch too, but Blood Witch is doing great. Ice Cream doing fine. I think the Eli Roth Ice Cream Man is gonna help Ice Cream go.
Yeah.
But Spider, that's the one that needs the views. So go watch Spider, please and thank you. You can also subscribe to us on Patreon. For only $3 a month, you get a monthly bonus episode, our weekly what we've been doing, like we talk about sports, we talk about albums of the week and books we're reading, and the bi-monthly Godzilla Project, where I show Anneliese and Jeremy every Godzilla movie every 2 months. And they like it.
We do.
So far.
So far.
Anneliese, where can the people find you?
The people can't find me because I have invisible technology. But I guess if you were to find me on social media, it would be at Whimsawillow on all social media platforms, mostly Instagram. That's where you can mainly find me. You can also find Jeremy and I on Sledgehammer Horror's My First Horror Movie. It's probably out by now if you're listening to this on day of release, but if it's not, it'll definitely be out by next episode. So go listen to that. So go subscribe to Sledgehammer Horror. They are so great. We did a live show with them a month and a half ago now, and it was so much fun. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Yeah, Jeremy, where can the people find you?
The people can find me watching Predator Badlands, where I don't feel weird about rooting for the Yautja. You can also find me at Annually Funny across all socials.
Thanks, Jeremy, for producing our podcast. Thank you to Josie Palmer. She is our theme music's composer, and you can check out her stuff on Spotify and Apple Music, as well as anywhere else you can find music. Thank you also to Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative for doing our graphics on our social media. They're so awesome. And you can check out more of his work at wearecrosshook.com. Austin, do you have a hint for the next episode?
We're going from the jungle to camp. And until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Annalisa Petersmark.
Try not to die.